Welcome everyone, SnowBee here with yet another month that has ticked by and still Alpha 21 has not yet been released. However, the overhaul mods keep ticking over and certainly Darkness Falls is still alive and kicking. Kane has released version 4.1.2 stable, and as much as it does not have a horde of changes that 4.1 and 4.1.1 had, I certainly would recommend this update due to the pretty significant updates that it does have. This is yet again an Alpha 20.6 update. If you are on 4.1.1 stable, then you will very likely need a new game and save. Of course, if you have been following the dev and experimental versions over the past few weeks, then you should be fine with just an update to the stable version and you can continue playing. Kane has once again run the mod through ocbMaurice's modlet, and I must say, version 4 of Darkness Falls has never been as fast to load. In Kane's own testing, he has seen improvements of up to 10% less CPU usage and also less RAM usage. For me personally, I am amazed at how fast it was to load the game. I mean, this is Darkness Falls after all, and usually it was relatively quite slow. I don't usually worry about the fixes in these update videos, though there are two that I know some of you are really going to celebrate and appreciate. First up, Kane has added Annihilator's quest helper modlet. Especially related to the multiplayer servers, scout quests sometimes can be many kilometers and miles away from your location. This is due to the vanilla game using the 0.0 origin point in multiplayer. Well, thanks to Annihilator, this problem should be fixed and your scout quest will be a lot more proportional to where the scout gives you the quest. Now this is something to celebrate. Now the second fix. We have had a few problems with Anna in the research lab of late. With this version, much of this should be behind us. This version should bring relief to some of you that had crazy issues, and the problem of the final POIs and the story POI, this should be sorted out now. Speaking of POIs, traders will now show the name of the POI in the quest. So when selecting a quest, you can see which POI the trader is actually sending you to. This can certainly help with your choice, and glad to see that this is now in Darkness Falls as well. Irrigation pipes now have a shape block. So instead of creating numerous specific pipes, you just create a single shape and change it to whichever block you would like. I know I would often end up with wasted pipes like T-pieces or caps. This should hopefully help with the wasted piping. When it comes to guns, and only for guns, the Bandolier now has a 25% magazine increase. I must admit, I always found the Bandolier rather insignificant when it comes to just a 50% reload. So this is a much healthier bonus that makes sense. We finally have a mine that can pack a more significant punch to demons. The Pulse mine has arrived. It has been introduced, and as much as it currently doesn't have an icon or model, so it looks a bit invisible when selecting it, I'm sure you guys can actually just read. You can still craft it, but it will receive some TLC for its looks and localization at a later point. We all know that version 4.1.1 introduced some insane demons to the mod, so that we can see that Kane is not a complete sadist, just a bit. He introduced the overcharged energy cells. These babies deal 50% more damage than their normal blue ones. However, they also degrade your laser weapons at double the speed. Of course, by the time you get to these little toys, you should not be too worried about a little bit of degradation. If that is not enough, Kane also added the Overcharged Power Source melee mod, also dealing 50% damage, just in case you thought that he was only showing some love to his boomstick. Oh yes, I've also noticed that the melee mod, that is the Overcharged Power Source, appears to fit into my laser weapons, and in testing does about 50% extra damage as well. I don't think this is intended, as well it is a melee mod, but I guess you can use it until it is patched for a nice 100% extra damage from your laser guns. That is 50% from the new energy cells and another 50% from the melee mod. Now, a very interesting set of repair kits. With so much degradation going on, we now have even more options for bulk repair. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the molecular Reconstructor repair kits. One will repair all your armor and the other will repair all your items in your tool belt. The added bonus is when using these kits, you will not have a durability loss on your items. For those that didn't know, the Auger and Pickaxe have had an interesting relationship in Darkness Falls. The auger has generally had the ability to clear fast, but usually has a lower harvest of mining resources when compared to the pickaxe. In version 4.1.2, Kane has made some changes to the auger. First, the augers now degrade slower and they last longer. That's a bonus. Then second, the harvest penalty has been lowered on all augers. Another bonus. So, certainly a good thing for the auger lovers, so you will obtain more resources when compared to how it used to be. Finally, the top tier titanium auger has no penalty, so you can mine with your titanium auger without the lower harvest penalty kicking in. However, there is still a catch. The titanium pickaxe will give you bonus resources, but the auger will not. It will still benefit you to use the upgraded titanium pickaxe in the long run. Now, broadcast storage or remote broadcasting has been gaining popularity in the past 2 or so years. The Darkness Falls team has generally been against a lazy, always-on broadcast system. However, Kane said once they were able to figure out how to implement an upgrade system similar to how it is done in Minecraft mods, then broadcasting was on the table. Version 4.1.2, ladies and gentlemen, mark this as the version. Darkness Falls have actually featured remote broadcast storage. You are required to be science class to eventually obtain an upgrade, but it works with both writable and lockable storage. So you can create many immersive storage containers and they will have the broadcast option for your workstations. Finally, armor has been reworked. First, padded armor is back to what it was a few versions ago, where it had no mobility and no stamina penalties. So wearing padded armor makes no difference to your stamina movement. However, it has only half the mod slots when compared to other armor, and I think that is a reasonable change. All other armor, with the exception of power armor, has been given mobility penalties and reworked with some updated physical resistances. Your heavier armor like scrap, iron and steel also has slightly heavier penalties. Now, your 2 top tier armors, titanium and power armor, also have been reworked. Titanium armor will only have military armor movement and stamina penalties, so it is better to wear titanium than steel due to the lower movement and stamina penalty. Power armor, as mentioned, has 0 penalties. Power armor is like wearing light padded armor, but has a higher armor rating, more immunity, and a lot more mod slots. If you're interested in a deep dive in the best armor in Darkness Falls, then check out my armor video at the end of this. Thanks for watching, my fellow minions, and I will see you in the next one.